Every day, hundreds of people in our area meet to support each other in finding a solution to a common problem, alcohol. Alcoholics Anonymous is a fellowship of people who share their experience, strength, and hope with each other. Joining me today is Jillian and Paul from Alcoholics Anonymous. Thank you very much for being here. Your faces are blurry to those watching at home, but I assure the viewers at home that in real life your faces are normal and unblurred. But we're doing this because of AA's, the anonymity of Alcoholics Anonymous and the guarantee of that to its members. So,
thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks for being here.
And
it's important what we're talking about, and I think with Alcoholics Anonymous, and the anonymous part sometimes maybe, even though it's in movies and media, what the organization does, how to access it and things, maybe doesn't get out into the community as much as it should because of how important it is. So I'm wondering first, if you don't mind, if we talk about what the mission and what AA is and what it does.
Alcoholics Anonymous is a fellowship. It's a fellowship of men and women who want to have one common problem, and we're here to help and as a fellowship solve it together, right? We don't promote, we don't recruit people, right? And it's something that I sort of want to talk about today, that it's inclusive, Alcoholics Anonymous, and and we're accessible in our community. So yeah, definitely we're a fellowship.
And why might somebody go to Alcoholics Anonymous? I mean, it sounds obvious, but I know there's some people out there who are like, oh, maybe I don't have enough of a problem, or maybe I won't be accepted because maybe what I do doesn't meet the standard. Like, who should look for support at Alcoholics Anonymous, and who is welcome there?
The first time I went to Alcoholics Anonymous, I was in a treatment center. I was outside of Kingston, and part of the mandate in the treatment center was to go to AA. So that was my first introduction to Alcoholics Anonymous. But since I've been going, I realized that there's open meetings, and the literature states that it's either a closed or an open meeting. And open meetings allow anybody to go to an AA meeting, whether you have a problem or not. You may know somebody who has a problem. So if it's your spouse, co-worker, however, and you go to an AA meeting, and then you can then be introduced to the program through Spectator, right?
And what does Spectator mean? You go and you kind of observe?
Yeah, you don't have to participate. You just go there and you listen.
And it's interesting because I think in a lot of media, we see like you go and you have to maybe go stand up front and say your name. I guess that's not necessarily the case.
Yeah, the closed meetings are something that maybe that you see in the media, where there's a group of people in a circle talking intimately about their alcohol problems and their solution. An open meeting would be something that anybody could go to. Typically, it's with a speaker in front, and there's no participation whatsoever required.
It's amazing when, in the facility that I work in, we have a number of AA meetings per week, and it's amazing how many people are attending these meetings. Like sometimes it can be 80 or 100, and I think, from what I understand, there's meetings every day, or how would somebody find a meeting in Kingston?
You can Google Alcoholics Anonymous. So there's a phone number. So we do have a phone line that you can call, right, if you want to access a meeting that way. Or you can find it online. It's really, really simple, right? And yeah, there's many meetings every day in Kingston. I think there's about 35, not every day, but during the week. And there's also meetings online that you can go to.
So it's amazing, like 35 meetings a week. It's a huge underground, I mean that respectfully, but community that we almost don't see, right? But with 35 meetings, and say even if it was 20 people a meeting or something, that's a large community of people helping each other. And is that sort of what one could expect at a meeting, or maybe what this community provides is like support, or what do you get out of this meeting or these meetings?
Well, it's alcoholics helping alcoholics, right? Our common problem. So it's kind of, this is how this program works. I have a home group. I moved from Toronto 4 years ago, and I came to Kingston, and I had a built-in fellowship already, right? So I've met so many people through this fellowship, Alcoholics Anonymous. I can't say exactly how it works, but it works. If you keep coming back, you meet people, and it's an alcoholic helping another alcoholic, right? And we have literature and we have books, and Alcoholics Anonymous was the only place that I found that I could, you know, recover from my common problem that we all share.
It's also, there's celebrations, there's group meetings that seem to be almost more like parties and things, or socializing. Is that something that you get out of it, Paul? Like, do you get a social community out of it, or is that what you're looking for, or is it just kind of comes along with it and is kind of nice?
The comfort of going to a meeting and being able to talk about who I am and somebody else can relate to at a meeting before or after the meeting is extremely comforting. And, you know, basically you're talking about the fellowship of Alcoholics Anonymous, right? And of course, a lot of meetings in the area have people who are celebrating from 1 year and then years on after that. There are other things that are involved in Alcoholics Anonymous. There are area meetings that go on. There's roundups, and there's a world conference coming up next year in Vancouver.
And I heard it's like 50,000 people will be going to that. Like, this is the biggest world conference of any world conferences. You know, it's amazing. So just one more time, somebody is out there, they're thinking, you know, this might be something for me. What should they do? And also, if maybe they're not interested in going to an in-person meeting because they don't have the access, the travel, or maybe there's anxiety issues, what can they do in that situation as well?
If you think you have an alcohol problem, why not try Alcoholics Anonymous, right? Why not? Like Paul said, you can come to an open meeting, you can bring somebody with you, right? You can bring support to an open meeting. Or go to a meeting online, right? But it's about the connection. It's about reaching out to somebody else, right? To let him know what is going on in your life. And if it works, you know, that's what it's all about, right? Is getting sober.
Give it a try. Why not?
Give it a
right?
try.
You can
Why
sit in the
not?
back of the meeting. Nobody's going to make you stand up and talk.
Absolutely.
But there's opportunity for that as well.
Absolutely.
So anyways, Paul, Jillian, thank you so much for being here today.
You're welcome.
And I wish you all the best in your journey, and I hope things continue to go well, and I'll see you around the Spire.
Absolutely.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Sam.
Okay,
Thank you.